Welcome to the fifth episode of Lalitha Divya Rahasya Sahasranama Stotra. The 1,000 energy forms of Universal Mother Lalitha, transcending herself into Mother Nature and further dividing and then reaching to the faculties, giving us smallest doses to faculty of intellect, discretion, personality and mind, and also the five senses. So it is for the faculties training that Universal Mother has divided herself into 1,000 small energy doses, and that is Lalitha Sahasranama Stotra. Let us move on to the second sloka. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. So there are two namas in this sloka. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta is one, Devakarya Samudyata is another. So Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata means at the request of divine forces, the contents of faculty of discretion were put to fire. It's as simple as that. Now, so let us first address the Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. Chit means faculty of discretion, Agni means faculty of personality or ego, Kunda means earthly pot, Sambhuta means this act is it's accumulated across all the living beings. It's a collective act across all the living beings. That's called Sambhuta. So faculty of discretion, by its nature, it distinguishes in the decision making by analyzing what is good, what is bad, if the karmacharana or action is performed. Now, if the vessel of faculty of discretion is spilling over, that's the time when because it's earth element, faculty of discretion is earth element, so it can assume the shape of earthly pot with an opening towards the sky, that is the top. So it is effectively shutting the door, faculty of discretion, by assuming this earthly pot form, shape. And faculty of mind by nature always oscillates with reference to faculty of discretion, because discretion is earth element. So when faculty of discretion shuts the door, faculty of mind desperately tries to connect with faculty of discretion, but not able to do so. So it gets vexed up and instead gets connected with faculty of personality, that is a fire element. And faculty of discretion, after shutting the door, the effect of that is felt in the action cycle of these faculties. Hence, the karmacharana or action kind of gets disturbed And the role of faculty of discretion is assumed by faculty of personality or ego. And also the connected, because of the connection with the faculty of mind. Now the faculty of personality or ego goes through a temperature cycles, that is hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold cycles. So anybody having such effects means it is possible that temporarily their faculty of discretion is not functioning. That's why they go through these temperature cycles. And there's an excess pressure on faculty of personality or ego. That's why they have this temperature cycles. So faculty of personality goes through these temperature cycles. Now anybody who can see the fire burning and the final stages of the fire before it is getting subsided or extinguished, it shows all its strength before getting subsided, the fire. So the faculty of personality, after going through these temperature cycles, because of the connection link, broken connection link, the final fire elements are transferred into the pot, the faculty of discretion vessel from the top, and faculty of mind, since it was associated with faculty of fire, faculty of personality, also follows into the pot. So this sets kind of ignition into the faculty of discretion vessel, and the presence of the faculty of mind accelerates the spreading of the fire. And since it's closed, so the fire spreads very fast and contents are emptied. Effectively, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, through this process, the faculties are emptied, the faculties are reset, because faculty of personality was subsided, faculty of mind oscillating with the faculty of personality and reaching into the vessel of faculty of discretion also empties itself. And faculty of intellect and faculty of discretion, they are connected through a bridge, because discretion is earth element, intellect is a water element. So through this bridge, the effects of the fire are transferred to faculty of intellect, and it is possible some or most of its contents are getting vaporized in the process. So effectively, Chidagni Kunda Sambhota resets all the faculties, so all the faculties can start afresh. So that's what Chidagni Kunda Sambhota refers to. So the next nama, or the energy entity, Devakarya Samudjata. So it means that the act of resetting of the faculties was performed at the request of the divine forces within the body. That's what it means. Now, the moment we mention divine forces, we are already assuming the presence of, or we are agreeing to the presence of demonic forces. So the divine forces represent the positive energy, because they are light, they refer to constructive activity, whereas demonic forces refers to negative energy or a destructive activity. The nature's rule, the first rule of Mother Nature, says that these two have to be in balance always. it is mentioned in this nama that at the request of divine forces, this act is performed by Universal Mother. So does that mean that Mother doesn't perform such acts if the request comes from demonic forces? Because she's unbiased, she's unconditional. So doesn't she respond to demonic forces' request? Does she only responds to divine forces' request? This is a very important question to address. Universal Mother is unconditional and unbiased, so there is no reason for her to be biased only to divine forces. But then why Vasinyadi saints have mentioned only the divine forces in this nama? So the reason is very simple. There is an implicit introduction of concept of dharma in this sloka. Dharma means change or transformation that happens as per nature, as per nature's rule. That is in orderly fashion. The change or transformation that happens in orderly fashion is called dharma. Change or transformation in time and space, rapid change that happens, those who are seeking rapid change beyond proportion, that's called adharma. So dharma, while dharma refers can be mapped to divine forces and positive energy, adharma can be mapped to the demonic forces or negative energy. They have to be always in balance with each other, as Krishna preaches in Bhagavad Gita. Now, the fact that divine forces have requested, that means there is a kind of imbalance that happened. So before we address that, let us see some simple examples of dharma and adharma. So the river follows dharma. There's a dharma for river, that is called river dharma. So river at its birthplace, it is so tiny, it's like a baby. But at the place where it reunites with ocean or sea, its appearance is volatile and gigantic. It is very strong. The river appears differently at different places and appears differently in different seasons. So that means it's changing in time and place. That is called dharma. So necessary change that happens in time and place is dharma. But the river reuniting with ocean is unchanging. It happens all the time. It is not being affected by time and place. So the changes that happens in time and place for river is dharma. The unchanging reunition of river with ocean is called satya. So similarly, if in a sea or ocean or in a river, if we observe the living beings there, like fish, there are small fish, that seek small transformation or change in time and place, and they work in groups, large groups, the small fish, seeking dharma or the change. So as they seek dharma and travel in groups, all of a sudden one can see a shark or a big fish comes in the opposite direction, swallows this entire group. So that big fish or shark is seeking adharma or a rapid transformation. So they are in balance. So the act of shark or big fish is to balance the excess growth of the small small fish. That is the balance of dharma and adharma. So the balance of dharma and adharma promotes the circle of dharma wheel or dharma chakra, and it grows in size. While this wheel is growing in size, the center of this wheel is unchanging in time and place. That is called satya. So the reference of dharma chakra is satya always. Okay. Now, why the divine forces requested Universal Mother for the resetting of faculties? So it is possible that because of this, because of the rapid transformation that demonic forces seek, so it is possible that if the cycle, if this balancing act is disturbed, so it's possible, it's more likely that it is coming from demonic forces rather than divine forces, because they seek rapid transformation. It's unlikely that divine forces cause disturbance to the this energy balance. It's more likely that demonic forces will be the cause of the disturbance. So which means that the strength of divine forces would have diminished, and the strength of demonic forces would have increased, and hence the divine forces have requested for the restoration of the balance. That is what Deva Karya Samujjata refers to. Now, where is this? How is this imbalance entered into this body? So in the first sloka, the training that was imparted unconditionally, the nourishment that was given unconditionally by Universal Mother in the form of Sri Mata, and then the training imparted to faculty of discretion, transforming them, the individuals, into champion of king, Sri Maharagni, and then finally transforming them into fearless state like lions beyond illusion, Srimad Simhasaneswari. So in this training, this is a very serious training. So in this training, it is possible that the faculties with time to time, over the time, they got deviated and acquired some unwanted energies, and they have stored those impressions in their vessels. So it is possible when we sit in the classroom while the teacher is giving lectures, our mind wavers. It travels in different places, and we acquire, different impressions, while at the same time training is given. So similarly, Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimad Simhasaneswari, during the training, so it is possible that these faculties have acquired some impressions that are undesirable. Undesirable, how we know undesirable? Because now they have reached the state of yogic state, or state of being lion, the fearlessness. So they know the effects of illusion. So they have known that these impressions are of no use. They know that because of these impressions, the strength of the divine forces in the body became less, and there is an imbalance of this positive energy and negative energy, and they want to retain the state of the neutrality. So that realization prompts the divine forces to request for the resetting of the faculties. That is called Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. And hence this act is being performed. So it doesn't mean that Universal Mother does not respond to demonic forces' request. She definitely responds. In fact, she responds more often than not, more towards demonic forces' requests than divine forces, because they seek rapid transformation. But in this case, after reaching the state of neutrality, the yogic state, that is Srimat Simhasaneswari, the individual chooses to empty or reset the faculties and correct the energy balance, and hence prompts the divine forces to put a request to Universal Mother for emptying the vessels. And the faculties are given a new training in the form of Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. So in this Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta is a training given to faculty of discretion. Devakarya Samudyata was a training given to faculty of personality. The faculty of mind is associated with both of this, as was explained. So Karya, Ya means the fire element of northbound fire element, as was discussed in the alphabets. Similarly, Samudyata, Ya, that is fire element of northbound or faculty of personality. So hence, through Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, faculty of discretion gets the training. Devakarya Samudyata, faculty of personality, gets the training. So those who wish to be in the neutral state, like yogi, and those who wish to reset their faculties, so there is a simple technique that is offered by Lalitha Sahasranama Stotra. They can chant Om Sri Matre Namaha, Om Sri Mata Sri Maharagni Srimat Simhasaneswarye Namaha, followed by Om Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyataye Namaha. So by chanting this, if it is done correctly and properly, first the training is given, fearless training is given, unconditional nourishment is given through Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneswari. Second, the neutral state, after reaching the neutral state, the imbalances in the body prompts the divine forces within the body to take a corrective action, and the request is given to Universal Mother, and faculties gets reset. So this is a simple solution to reset the faculties. So the remaining portion we will see in the next episode. Thank you.